Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Arlisa J if you are new here. Also, if you are new, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button to join the family. If you are a current subscriber, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Thank you so much again for joining me in another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the negatives of comparison. And this hits for everybody, including me. Comparing your process to what someone is doing, comparing your marriage, comparing someone's just as simple as home decor, comparing who you are physically and your physical attributes to someone else. Those are different things of comparing that we're going to address in this video. How can I have a better marriage? Why my marriage is not like this person? Why my YouTube channel is not growing like this person? So all the things that we do, why don't I even work where this person works? Why they got a better job than me? How did they do that? Look what they're doing. Look what Sally's doing. Look what Susan's doing. And we don't even know that we're doing this half of the time, but this can actually be a very dangerous thing. Comparison can be dangerous if you use it the wrong way. Comparison will lead you down to a road that God didn't even intend for you to travel. Why? Because your road is straight. Your road is straight and narrow. But when we tend to look to the left and to the right, we begin to focus and get distracted on what someone else is doing, which takes our attention on the journey that God has for us. So say, for instance, just an example. I am cooking and I want to be a chef, but I'm looking at what Paula Deen is doing and I'm like, you know what? Let me go out here and purchase this. I'm not even at that level, but I see what Paula Deen is doing and how she got her cooking experience and what she did. And I'm out here just on a whole nother level. And I have so many other steps that I did not even cross. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to go back down to those steps to see what I missed because why? I was looking at someone else's path. So I want to talk to you about my process that I went through when it came down to comparison. And I'm currently in that process as we speak, so I thought this video would be very fitting. I tend to compare myself when it comes down to my YouTube channel. And I see other YouTubers and it's like, oh my goodness, she got 150K subscribers. She has this interaction. She has that interaction. She does this, she does that. And I see myself watching other YouTubers and doing things on my channel that I'm not even ready for. Say, for instance, God has me on a path where he wants me to do vlogs like this. Maybe he wants me to do sit-down vlogs to help someone in their experience with life and marriage and divorce and hurt and rejection. Maybe that's what I'm called to do on YouTube. And I'm watching someone else post videos about they're getting interaction of how they got the newest J's or they got the newest Louis Vuitton person. They got all these interactions. And I find myself going to get this and going to get that and going to Target and spend money on this. Why? Like, why? Why am I comparing what they are doing to their channel on mine when mine is totally different? My vibe is totally different. Where I am in life and in my spirituality is totally different than what this person is doing. Not saying that what that person is doing, that what they're doing is wrong, just saying that that is not what God has me to do. So I had to even back up when it comes down to myself. Okay, Arlisa, this right here, this is not even you. This is not what I want you to do. And just praying and staying focused on what God even wants me to talk about on the channel. What graphics I need. What do I need? What do I personally need for my channel to grow the way it needs to grow? So I took my experience when it came down to other YouTubers and I was like, okay, well, let's see how you can get 100K subscribers in 30 days. Okay, Arlisa, I'm looking for quick fixes to get all these subscribers in 30 days. Not knowing that, okay, you need genuine support because only the genuine support is going to last. You can always go on a social media page and say, hey, sub for sub, hey, this for this. But at the end of the day, is that even going to be solid ground? No, it's not going to be solid, because at the end of the day, the person that you said sub to is not even going to like your content. Why? Because they may not even care about what you're talking about, or they might just not be in the same wavelength as you are. So I'm learning within myself, if I want to get that engagement and that purity on my channel, I have to let my channel grow the way God needs my channel to grow. So that's how I compared or started to compare myself. Started to compare myself with the way that my locks process went. You know, I had locks and I still have locks, but in the same instance, comparing like, oh my goodness, my locks are too skinny. Why is their locks growing faster than mine? This person had their locks for about 2 years, and you're trying to see why your length is not their length, and you had your locks for 7 months. Come on now. Why are we so critical and so fast? We want things like popcorn to go to the next level when we are at this level. It even pertains when you're dealing with a husband and a wife. The worst thing you can do is get on social media and see what other people are doing and compare your husband to someone else on social media. That is the absolute worst thing you can do in life. We think the grass is greener on the other side on somebody else's home, but at the end of the day, your grass can be just as green as theirs if you water it. You want the good marriage. You see that, oh, he's taking his wife out for lobster every week. Oh, he has $200 roses delivered to his wife's house every 2 days. Oh, you see that they're going on cruises and date nights and this and that. And you're so cluttered with what somebody else is doing in their life, because why? We're in social media. We're in social media. We're looking at what's going on in social media. We're looking at the next person who's going to drive a Range Rover. We're worried about the next person who's going to purchase a Mercedes. And we have totally passed what God has for us. We compare, well, it's very bad to compare your marriage to somebody else. And then what you see, you go to your husband and say, well, such and such got this. Why can't I have what such and such have? Why can't we do this? Why can't we go on a date night? Why can't we go to the movies every week? Why can't that? And you begin to become very naggful. And this man is not even at the process that this other husband is at. You don't know if this marriage started off homeless. You don't know if they lived in a car for 3 years. You don't know you don't know no one's situation. People only show the good stuff. They're not going to tell you, some people will, the bad on what they went through to get to where they are. They want you to see where they are. But we take where they are and we automatically want to get there and continue to compare our process to somebody else's. And just that quick, we are off course. Just that quick, our husbands are discouraged because he can't do what this 25-figure man is doing. He can't. It goes down to comparing your wife as well. This lady on Instagram, you see her cooking a full course meal every day. You go to your wife and say, well, Jessica Adams cooked a full course meal for her husband. You don't know, Jessica Adams may be an at-home wife. Jessica Adams may be have somebody that prep her food for her. Jessica Adams may be somebody who, you don't know nobody's situation. The only thing that we should be focused on is the path that God has for us. So comparison for me has been, it has been a negative, because every time I compare myself, my process, my journey to somebody else, I always end up at square one, because it's like, why? Why do we do this? Why do we compare? Now, you may say, okay, I'm comparing my life to someone else in a different way. And yes, comparison can be done in a positive manner. You can look at someone's business and say, you know what? I inspire to have a business like that. Let me do my research to see what they did to get to where they are. And then you start to compare the different things that you got going on versus on another person's process and see how you can add or take away. That is some good comparison. When you take what you are seeing through someone else's journey in a positive manner and bring it into your journey and start to, okay, for example, how to become consistent on YouTube. I'm not comparing my journey on someone else's YouTube channel. I'm comparing what they did to get to where they are now. So now I can look at comparison in a positive manner, and I can say, okay, every YouTuber that I just watched, what they did to get to 100K, the first thing they said is being showing up, consistency. They said showing up, and they said being consistent. So I'm now comparing myself, because first I have to think, am I consistent? Is this something that I do consistently? Do I plan my videos? Do I see what I want to talk about? Am I consistent on showing up no matter if I don't know what to say or what to do? Am I showing up? So that has been something that I have been doing, becoming consistent, because the more I show up, the more I get engagement, the more I get subscribers, and those are the natural, true supporters that I get if I stay consistent. So yes, there are positives to comparisons and there are negatives to comparisons. So I want to encourage you guys today to start comparing your lives to in a positive versus a negative manner. Don't compare your husband to someone else's. Don't think the grass is greener on the other side. Your grass, just like I said, can be as greener as theirs if you take time with your grass, if you pray for your grass, if you water your grass, if you deposit into your grass. You will begin to see those results in your marriage just like you see the results in someone else's marriage. So again, I encourage you guys to compare your lives, compare your progress in a positive manner, and leave those negative comparisons alone so we can get better and we can reach the goals that God has for us. We can have the marriage that God has for us. We can have the life that God has for us if we remain in tunnel vision and focus on what we need to do for our lives. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope this touched somebody. If you would like, you can definitely comment and give me some insight or engagement of how you tend to compare yourself. How do you compare yourself? Do you compare yourself by the way you look, your physical attributes, your monetary attributes, your goals, the way you live? What do you compare your life to, and how that has changed you to become better with your progress? So yes, I would love for you guys to comment in the comment section. And I hope this helped you guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe if you are not a current subscriber. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.